Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm doing my mid-year tag. It is already mid-year tag season. What the fuck? I have so many things that I need to do in the next couple of months, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I will make sure to leave a link to the original creator down in the description. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I feel like everybody's gonna be doing this tag around this time, so let's get started. First question is the best book that you've read so far this year, and I have two answers for this. I've had 6 5-star reads so far this year, so I'm going to pick a fiction and a non-fiction. As far as fiction, I'm going to go with Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This is my first 5-star read of the year. Really enjoyed it. I'd heard so many good things about it, so I'm glad that I finally read it and enjoyed it as well. I will say that I do think everyone should read this, especially if you live in the United States. This is a very important look and commentary on gun violence, and with everything that we have going on in the States right now, it is very timely, so definitely recommend if you have not read yet. My nonfiction choice for this is Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Anjali Davis. This was the book that Rachael recommended to me for my 12 Recs by 12 Friends. As per usual, Anjali Davis is fucking phenomenal, and I know that I can trust Rachel's recommendation, so I absolutely love this book, and I cannot wait to read more of Anjali Davis's work. The next question, what is the best sequel that you've read this year? I also have two answers for this. The first is Thunderhead by Neal Schusterman. This is the second book in the Arc of the Sight trilogy, which I do have a full review on. Thunderhead was so good. I was already surprised that I enjoyed Scythe as much as I did. I did not think that the next book was going to top that. It definitely took it to another level. I'm a sucker for a good plot twist. That book definitely delivered. And then the ending, I didn't see coming at all. I really enjoyed that one. My other choice for this was my very first read of the year, and that was A Psalm of Storms and Silence. This is the second book in the Song of Wraiths and Ruin duology. God, that is a mouthful. I think that the action and everything that we have going on in this book was amazing. It's fantastic. I surprisingly enjoyed it more than the first book, which doesn't always happen for duologies, so that was also a nice surprise. I do also have a review of that series on my channel, so I will also have that linked. If you've read the first book and you are interested in the second, I'm telling you to pick it up. Next is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to. I think for this I will go with River of Silver, the short story collection that S.A. Chakraborty released in relation to the David Bode trilogy. I still love City of Brass with my whole heart. Ending of that series, not so much. Some of the characters, but I really enjoyed the world that she built, and I'm excited to see what characters or events she decided to focus on for the short story collection. So I do have the audiobook on script, I just have to get to it. Hopefully I can do so soon. Next is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year. For this, I would go with The Risky Assets by Rachael Eckles. This is the second book in the Trading Secrets duology. I read the first book, Trading Secrets, back in 2020. It was sent to me by the publisher, and I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, especially with it being from a debut author. This book absolutely blew me away. I cannot wait to read the second one. It comes out on June 28th, and I am so excited to see what this author does next. She's an amazing person. I follow her on Instagram. We chat occasionally, and I think she's fantastic. I'm so excited to see what Celeste Donovan is doing in the second book, what she's got going on, what shenanigans she's going to get into, and I'm really hoping for a good revenge plot. I do have a full review of Trading Secrets, so I will also have that linked if you're interested. Oh, also for this one, because I enjoyed the first 2 books in the Arc of the Sight trilogy so much, Neal Schusterman is releasing, I think it's a short story collection or maybe a novella, I'm not really sure, but it's going to be called Gleanings, and it comes out in November, I think. Really looking forward to that. I don't know if there is a synopsis or if I just didn't read the synopsis, but I don't care. I'm gonna read it anyway. Really excited to see what that is. The next question is, what is your biggest disappointment this year? So I recently did a video talking about disappointing endings, and in that video I mentioned The Blind King's Wrath by Ashok Banker. This is the final book in the Burned Empire saga, and in that video I explained all of the reasons that I felt it was disappointing, but I loved Upon a Burning Throne so much. I still do. It's still right there, and I am still going to recommend it. I can understand why a lot of people didn't enjoy it or may not like it, but it still hurts that I did not love The Blind King's Wrath as much as I had hoped. So unfortunately, that was my biggest disappointment this year. The next question is, what was your biggest surprise? For me, it was definitely Arsenic and Adobo. If you've been following me for a little while, you know that I've been struggling trying to read cozy mysteries and not really enjoying any of them. And then I read this one. Not only did I enjoy this one, I enjoyed the main character. I didn't hate her. I didn't think she was stupid like I have in many of the others. I also enjoyed this one so much that I'm going to continue the series. Finally, that has not happened. And I've read at least 6 or 7 firsts in Cozy Mystery series so far. So I'm really excited to continue this series. Hopefully I continue to enjoy it, but I'm really happy that I finally found this one. I don't remember who recommended it to me, but thank you. The next question is your favorite new author. This can be new to you or a debut author. And for me, I am going to go with Alisha, who is the author of the Modern Love series, the first book in that series being The Right Swipe. So far, I've only read The Right Swipe, and I'm going solely off of that, but oh well. The other author, surprisingly, is also a romance author, and it's Christina C Jones. How am I just reading my first Christina C Jones book? That is a very good question, but we're not going to talk about it. I finally read the first book in the Wright Brothers series, Getting Schooled, and I loved it. It was a good time. I have the rest of the series downloaded on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know what took me so long to read her books, but I am definitely going to be reading the rest of that series and the adjacent series very, very soon. Next question is your newest fictional crush, and I have to give that to Michael from the Kiss Quotient. This man is amazing. I love him. I love everything about him. Zero complaints. It was just good. It was just good. This is the only romance that has made it to my top of 2022 list so far. That doesn't tell you anything. I don't know what will, but I'm really excited to continue the series as well. I'll get to it eventually. The next question is new favorite character, and also Michael from the Kiss Quotient, but we're going back to Arsenic and Adobo again. Like I said, I really enjoyed Leela as a character, which does not happen in Cozy Mysteries for me. So the fact that I actually like her as a person, I care about her and what she has going on, and I'm on her side, that really says a lot. The next question is a book that made you cry. And at first I didn't think that there was one, but Jade Legacy. Mind you, I didn't even really care about Jade City all that much. But I kept going. I buddy read the rest of the series with Robin, and if you know, you know. And if you don't know, it's not what you think it is. That's all I'm gonna say. Jade Legacy. A book that makes you happy. For this, I would go back to The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. Really enjoyed that one. It's just so cute and sweet, and I think I needed that when I read it because I've been reading a lot of like dark and mysterious things, so I think I just really needed sort of a palate cleanser. I'm also getting in that mood where I feel like I want to read a month of romance stuff, so I think that may be happening soon. Next is the most beautiful book that you've bought or received this year, and for that I'm going with Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. Black Mermaid. I don't think there's much more that needs to be said. The cover for the sequel, Soul of the Deep, is also beautiful. So, yep. The next question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So I'm not the kind of person that makes the 22 books for 2022 things, but I do need to finish my 12 Recs by 12 Friends TBR. I think I'm about halfway through, hopefully, maybe. Definitely need to get to those very soon. And the last question is your favorite book community member. So as per usual, you already know that I'm gonna say Robin and Ashok. They're my booktube besties. And in addition to them, I would say Heather, Nicole, Rachael, Vina, Chloe, Jess. And if you're on BookTok, I would also recommend Neeks, who is also pretty active on Twitter, as well as Lo. Her handle is well-read nursing student. All right, so that is my mid-year tag. Doing pretty well. I have to do my goals check-in pretty soon, so we'll see how that's going. I'm not gonna tag anyone. Like I said, I feel like everyone's going to be doing this. If you're new to the book community though, and you see this and you feel compelled to do it, consider yourself tagged. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.